Graffiti was born in New York City in the 60s, invented by teenagers when the city was in a dark, dark place. And then there came this energy, this creativity out of nothingness, because it's in all of us to create. 5 Points, about 5 Points, the unofficial museum. In this location once stood 5 Points, formerly regarded as the Mecca of street art. In its heyday, street artists shared a brief moment in the limelight. It now remains lost to time and gentrification. Beginning in the early 70s, building owner Jerry Wolkoff granted permission to graffiti artists to paint the exterior of the building, thus transforming it into an American mural center. Over the next 20 years, the graffiti Mecca, located in Long Island City, Queens, transformed into a sprawling outdoor art gallery featuring some of the most illustrious artists of the New York City scene. Mears One's contribution to the street art scene, particularly his role in curating and preserving 5 Points as a graffiti Mecca, has solidified his role in the history of urban art. One of the artists featured at 5 Points and longtime friend of Mears One is Lady Pink. Lady Pink is often considered the pioneer of female graffiti artists, breaking down gender barriers in a male-dominated space. Born in Ecuador and raised in New York City during the 70s, Lady Pink began her exploration into the world of graffiti at the age of 15 when she would travel into the darkest parts of the city to spray paint, specifically on train cars. Growing up in Astoria, she would often ride the 7 train, and along her route she would pass by 5 Points, which thus piqued her interest. Lady Pink's career in the graffiti and mural scene was for her an act of self-expression and rebellion as a means to empower women. Lady Pink emphasized that the street art scene was not just a boys' club, and is one of the few prominent female figures in the graffiti world that created works that address the issues surrounding gender, identity, and empowerment. Lady Pink's work has been shown at the Whitney Museum of Art, the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and sold at Sotheby's. Lady Pink is the prime example of how street art can change minds. She has helped transform the way people look at street art and artists. In the early 2000s, the building's owner, Jerry Wolkoff, revealed plans to demolish 5 Points to make way for luxury condominiums. This decision led to a prolonged legal battle and sparked controversy among the art community, as many saw 5 Points as a cultural landmark. Then, in November 2013, without warning, the owner had the entire building whitewashed overnight, covering the vibrant artwork. This act of erasing years of art led to protests and outrage from artists and supporters. Beyond being a canvas for artists, 5 Points was also a cultural hub. It hosted events, art exhibitions, and served as a space for hip-hop performances and other artistic endeavors. It fostered a sense of community among artists and art enthusiasts. Mears One played a pivotal role in cultivating a sense of community among artists by providing a platform for both established and up-and-coming graffiti artists to showcase their work lost to the demolition. He facilitated collaborations, organized events, and encouraged artistic expression at 5 Points and then on after. Despite its demolition, 5 Points continues to be remembered as a symbol of urban art and creativity. The legacy of 5 Points lives on in the works of the artists who contributed to its history and in the broader conversation about the intersection of art, gentrification, and property rights.